All right, good morning, everybody. So this is going to be the video for the Automoblox Tire. Now, the first thing to note is that this is a skill development. So, with that being said, if you read the instructions, it says that you do not need to create two exact dimensions because it's a visual representation just used to build skills. Okay. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a sketch plane. I'm going to go with that one right there. That's the XY plane. And I'm just going to sketch two concentric circles. Now, concentric meaning two circles right inside of each other. So I am going to do that. And then I'm going to do, yeah, let's just say right about there. Right. So I have two concentric circles sketched right there. Now, the next thing that I need to do is I'm going to make sure that my sketch is shared. So you can see the eyeball is turned on, therefore it is shared. All right. Um, from there, finish sketch, and I'm going to extrude. Now, what I'm going to do here, it's a little bit different type of extrusion just to, again, show you guys how extrusions can vary between different things. So I'm going to choose right here on direction. Instead of one side, I'm going to choose symmetric. And once I choose symmetric, again, it doesn't need to be sketched to exact specifications. So I'm going to pull this out about 1 inch. Now, if we're looking at it, it's 1 inch entire or in its entirety, but it is symmetrical. So therefore it's 0.5 inches from each side of that sketch plane. So then I'm going to say, okay, once I have that, then I'm going to share the sketch. Sketch is already shared. That. And then I am going to edit the sketch to create the geometry for one of the internal ribs, right? So I'm going to go back here to sketch number one and double click that. And once I double click that, you'll see that it deactivates the 3D extrusion. Now, what I need to do here is I need to create one of those little internal ribs on the inside of that tire. All right. So this says use another midplane or symmetric extrusion to create a single rib. Okay. Um, but what I'm really going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and create one more circle. But this time it's going to be pretty close. So I'm going to zoom in. And again, it doesn't need to be exact specifications, but it's going to be pretty close to the actual object itself. All right. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to grab the line tool and I'm just going to create a line straight up and down on the y-axis. I'm going to leave that one there. That's going to be a point of reference for us. So actually, I can click on that and select construction line, just so that way it doesn't have any sort of weight to it. It's not an object line. Okay. The next thing that I want to do is I want to create a regular line. So make sure that construction line is toggled off. And I'm going to create another line right about here. Okay. One more line on the opposite side right about here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to click on dimension and I'm going to click between this line and the construction line to give it an angle. And that angle is going to be 4 degrees. And then I'll do the same thing with the other one, 4 degrees. So I have 3 lines here. 2 of them are construction line, or sorry, 1 of them are construction line, 2 of them are object lines. And this, without realizing it, has actually built our rib. Okay. So the rib is going to be right in here. And what we can do so that way we can see that easier is we could go over here to this tool called trim. It looks like a pair of scissors. And I'm going to trim all the excess lines that I don't need. So right Oh, that just trimmed the entire line, which is not what we need. Well, that really is cutting out the entire line. We don't like that. There we go. Okay, so trim those lines, and then it leaves it there for us, right there. Okay, so that's the rib. And then we're just simply going to do a circular pattern for this. So that way we can copy it over multiple times. And we're going to circular pattern that around, looks like it's 15 times. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create circular pattern. And it's asking for my objects. I'm going to create this line, and this line. And my center point is the origin. And I need to change my quantity to 15. And then I will select OK. Once I do that, you'll see that it adds all the different ribs around that object. Then I can finish sketch. And then I can go through and select each one of those objects. Again, be very careful when you're doing this, selecting only the ribs, not any of the other sketches that are shared. Okay, so now that I have all 15 ribs connected, I'm gonna move this into a isometric view so that way you all can see that better. But I'm gonna extrude this in a symmetrical way. And all I'm gonna do is drag this out to about right there. Okay, again, it does not need to go the full width of the object. Okay, we're just gonna go in just a little bit right there. And I'll select okay. And there you have it. That is the wheel, right? So we're talking here about a plane on the inside that we've created a midplane without actually having to create the construction midplane, but we've created a midplane here just by extruding symmetrically instead of in one direction. All right. So once you're finished with that, you're going to go to File and Save As. All right, or File Save. And once you save it, you're going to save it in your CAD Model Features folder. And you're going to title it Auto. Where is it? Oh, nope, just apparently Tire. Okay. Tire, and then your initials. And you'll click Save. All right. From there, you are finished.